As we approach 2026, the world is moving faster than ever. You might be checking all the boxes, growing your business, hitting your targets, winning by every metric society gave you. But there's a silent crisis among high achievers. Legendary strategist Tony Robbins calls it the success trap, mastering the science of achievement while completely failing at the art of fulfillment. Many of you are living in a trance of duty, telling yourself happiness is something you'll deal with later. Or worse, deciding happiness isn't even worth chasing. You're trying to navigate a high-speed future using an outdated internal operating system. So here are 7 habits you must start today so that by 2026, you aren't just successful, you are fully alive. Habit 1. Audit your transformation vocabulary. Words are not just descriptions of your reality. They produce emotions. They change your biochemistry. Call a setback devastating, and your nervous system floods with stress. Call it a minor setback, and your mind stays calm, analytical, ready to solve. Same event, completely different experience. And here's the one that will hit hardest. If you feel like you're starting over in 2026, you'll feel the weight of everything you lost. But if you frame it as starting fresh, you carry every skill, every lesson, every relationship into a new chapter. The words you attach to an experience become your experience. Habit 2. Move from push to pull motivation. Most of you reached your current level through push motivation, willpower, anger, duty, grinding through the day. Effective, but limited. Willpower is a muscle, and muscles fatigue. Pull motivation is different. It kicks in when your mission is so much larger than your own needs that it literally pulls you out of bed. When you serve something outside yourself, your endurance becomes unlimited. You stop working because you have to. You start working because you get to. That shift from duty to opportunity is what separates the rich in spirit from the merely wealthy. Habit 3. Consciously select your identity. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with how you see yourself. But most people are running an identity they built 5, 10, 20 years ago. You wouldn't use a 2010 phone to run a 2026 business. So why use a 2010 version of yourself? You are not one thing. You have multiple parts. You have the analytical part, brilliant at systems, at numbers, at strategy, but cold, disconnected, running on fumes. And you have the alive part, the version of you full of energy, warmth, and genuine joy. The habit is this: every morning, consciously choose which version of you is in charge today. When you operate from the heart, not just the head, work stops being a grind. It becomes a gift. Habit 4. Embrace problems as growth waits. Here's the delusion holding most high achievers back. The belief that you shouldn't have problems. The truth? The only thing that makes a human being feel truly alive is growth. Think of your life like a gym. You don't build muscle lifting light weights. You build it by challenging the body. Problems are your heavy weights. They're calling you to expand. If you stop having challenges, you stop growing. And if you stop growing, no amount of money saves you from the emptiness. In 2026, don't wish for fewer problems. Build the habit of welcoming them as fuel for your next level. Habit 5. Shift from worker to owner. To secure your future in the 2026 economy, you must understand one principle: asset allocation. If you are not an owner, you will remain in pain. Most people put everything into one basket. Their job, their business, one income stream. Real freedom requires an investment business running parallel to your work. History is clear. Private equity has outperformed the market for decades. And with new legislation moving through the Senate, access to these opportunities may soon open to more than just the ultra-wealthy. Start now. Treat your investments with the same intensity as your career. Become an owner of systems that work while you sleep. Habit 6. Launch a moonshot for contribution. If you've hit a ceiling, it's because you've reached your set point for fulfillment. To break through, you need a moonshot, a goal so massive and unreasonable, it forces you to think and act differently. For Tony Robbins, it was moving from feeding millions to 1 billion meals. For Alex Hormozy, it was helping 100,000 young men reach a net worth of $100,000. A moonshot isn't about the money. It's about the level of life it injects into your daily work. When you have an unreasonable goal for contribution, you transcend the ego and tap into energy you didn't know you had. Habit 7. Get in the trenches for emotional connection. Many successful people write the check, fund the cause, and feel nothing. Zero emotional association with the impact. If that's you, you're missing the greatest source of joy available to you. Get in the trenches. Don't just fund the project. Go see the lives being changed. Witness it firsthand. When you see children freed, families fed, communities rebuilt because of your contribution, you become hooked on a feeling no amount of money can buy. Proximity is power. When you're emotionally connected to the why, your potential for the how becomes limitless. 2026 is your year to stop managing and start leading. Stop the trance of suffering. Start the habit of enjoyment. Which of these habits will you start today? Choose your identity. Find your moonshot. Step into the magnificent human being you were meant to be. The clock is ticking. Time to rise.